I bet that sound effect is great on everybody's ears right now. I've heard the comparison that people make that Sonic is kind of like a living car. And if he can do donuts just in the middle of a hotel lobby, I'd believe it. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Team Pizza Plays Sonic Adventure Director's Cut. I, of course, am Whatthefnu.
So everybody, you ever wonder? You ever sit down and ask yourself, actually, you ever sit down and ask yourself, why do I only see like 5 people?
Probably because it's really hard to establish communications with another human being. Like, to me, anyway, it just feels awkward to walk up to a complete stranger and be like, hey, how are you doing today? I didn't roll very high on charisma when I was born. I think I got maybe like a 4.
I got like a -1. People run from me.
But you make up for it in sheer dumb luck.
Exactly. I'm basically Hercule. I just love how he's just kind of gently shaking her around.
This is my walk cycle. I can't do anything about it.
This is my walk cycle.
Oh god. Seriously, I'm just doing my job, dude.
Leave me alone.
Gamma's the one who's on this epic mission to save everybody. I like to imagine Zero as sort of just this robot who's completely done with life. Why did I have to read Eggman's diary? Now he's got me chasing after some pink hedgehog and a bird. I bet Gamma's off shooting shit right now. Some people have all the luck.
Why was I programmed to feel an existential crisis?
Why was I programmed to feel apathy?
Why can't I complete my sentence?
You know, you bring up a very good point, actually. Why did Eggman program characters like Gamma to learn, to actually maybe not feel emotion per se, but to react to different situations? So, oh, wait a second. I think I know how to do this properly.
I mean,
we need a different upgrade for this, right? We need the homing attack.
I mean, the concept of a learning robot is very useful. You can adapt and think on the fly. The problem is, why are they programmed to feel such a concern and empathy for life? To the point where theirs is one they bring into question.
Technology's getting kind of interesting. Like, did you hear that they finally created, like, Microsoft finally created a program that could defeat a world-class Go player?
Yeah!
And it's got a lot of people concerned. Like, AI, as people understand it, is everywhere, is the thing. Like, AI is kind of already a thing. Like, it's what makes the enemies know I'm there. It's what makes them know to attack my specific position. We've been dealing with AI for quite some time. This is not consciousness, is the thing. That's the point everybody's thinking of. Like, the robot is not happy that it won.
Yeah.
But the fact that it can win, and that it came up with strategies that, like, human players weren't even considering. The idea...
Hold on, that sentence. The robot is not happy that it won. The robot takes no pleasure in what it does.
Well, yeah, I guess.
But yeah, continue.
What's really cool about this Amago robot, or whatever the hell it's called, it's the idea that we've come up with technology that can think in ways we can't. If we apply that to other fields, it could lead to some very interesting possibilities and situations.
What? It's like the idea of making a surgeon robot. A robot that can just easily perform surgery and make any quick corrections in case something goes awry.
Huh.
You could program a myriad of surgical procedures into a robot and a bunch of subroutines that can act as fail-safes in case,
I'm
clips the wrong artery.
I'm not quite sure if we're there yet, because here's the whoa. Here's the thing, being a surgeon requires a lot of image recognition, and classically that's the one thing robots are not good at. There are far too many variables, is the thing.
You know what's a good summation of this argument?
What?
There was a Simpsons Live special. It was on Fox, I think. Basically what they did was the animators for The Simpsons basically put a bunch of preset Homer clips into a computer and programmed the computer to recognize certain vocal inflections from Homer's voice actor, so that the second he'd say something, the computer would read that and make the correct mouth response. And on the other hand, they'd have another person pressing a bunch of buttons that would make Homer do certain pre-programmed movements, just to make it look a little more organic. So this was very much a 2D animated version of a motion capture, if you will. The problem with that is that there was a time gap due to the input. There was basically input lag and computer lag, making like
the sound was desynced from what you were seeing.
The sound was desynced, and because it was basically computer, it's all computer animation, but because it had to be simplified in order to make things run quicker, it looked like crap and moved slower than intended. And on top of that, they had a bunch of distracting animations in the background. Basically, other Simpsons characters moving in and out of the screen doing Lord knows what. But because of, the computer not being able to recognize things quick enough there, it does present the problem of doing this in the future in its current state. And does throw a spanner in my argument of computers doing surgery. Because
well, there's also AI isn't quite there yet. It's not foolproof to error. As we saw with, I forget which company did this, they had a Twitter bot that was designed to learn from people's responses to things and answer different situations. So, of course, the first thing Twitter did was teach the robot how to be racist.
Yeah!
Did you hear about this?
I heard about that. I love it.
Like, some people were asking Amy Bot or whatever it was, which I think is perfect during a Sonic segment.
Yep.
Something like, if I'm wrong, I'll have the maid correct me on that one. So they were asking questions like, do you think the Holocaust happens? And the robot said something along the lines of, not really. But everyone's entitled to their opinion. I'm like, oh dear. So, they very quickly shut the whole thing down, understandably. And it also implies Rule 1 of the internet, which is, I'm still waiting for that one Mountain Dew flavor.
Yes.
It's like, never give the internet the keys to make a choice in something. Never give them the ability to influence something and break your toys. Because the first thing they will do is pick it apart to figure out how to turn it into something awful.
Let's not forget, remember the magic of the Make Your Own Jaeger app for Pacific Rim?
I remember. And everyone what?
Everyone just made the most bizarre. Here's a Canadian Jaeger, Hoser Mountie. Here's the Icelandic Jaeger, Bjork, Bjork, Bjork. Here's the Iranian Jaeger.
To be fair, I would watch a Pacific Rim and Muppets crossover.
Here's the Iranian.
For the last time, I'm Swedish.
Here's the Iranian Jaeger. It just says, I saw kaiju and then you just see the Iran underneath the name. So it reads, I saw a kaiju and
I ran away.
No, it just says I ran. Because it's just using Iran. It's just using Iran.
No, I get it. It's the pun.
Yeah,
I mean that's probably the lesser of two evils in that case. There's so many different ways you could have taken sort of an Iranian Iraqi Jaeger, and I'm glad the internet did not do that.
Here's another good one. Here's the Italian Jaeger. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. Hold on, there's just more.
We have 4 more stages with Sonic, by the way. We're only a little over halfway done with this damn character.
Oh, let's not forget the German Jaeger, Jaeger Bomb.
Just Jaeger, because it's already in German. No, the German Jaeger is called Hunter.
Here's the Scottish Jaeger, Highlander.
So yeah, if you're gonna give the internet the ability to choose, give them very limited options.
Or give them more options.
Because otherwise you get a situation where Pitbull is going to Kodiak, Alaska, which, to his credit, he owned that. Like, he treated it just like any other concert. He's like, "What's up, everybody?"
Let's see, So this is just basically a repeat of the earlier segment.
Essentially, except this time, hopefully, we're not going to get shot out of the sky. No promises with me at the controller, but...
You know they're making a new Spider-Man game?
Yes, they are, and it's made by Insomniac. And my only reaction to which was just, huh. Like, the guy next to me in the theater, by the way, I went to the PlayStation Experience, so I got to see all of that on the big screen. Yeah. Which is fantastic, by the way. What is it about E3? Like, it's just one giant commercial. It's a glorified hype machine, and we all buy into it. Just because it's, well, it's fun. Like, it feels good to get excited for things. I guess. It's the only explanation I can come up with it. Because I know they're just trying to sell me things. Even if it's a company that looks like they're doing really good by their fans, like Bethesda, and they take moments out of their own conference, like during the pre-show, to emphasize fan creations and show off. Which, by the way, Miracle of Sound got hosed during that. They didn't show off a single song that he created for the... never mind.
No, you're good.
Maybe next year, buddy.
Miracle of Sound deserves far more than that.
Wait a second, was that like the Jetsons engine theme I heard in the background there?
Yeah. Meet Miles.
I can't even replicate that.
Meet Miles Prower. His friend Sonic. No one
Knuckles, his wife.
Shadow.
just Shadow. I don't know who this is.
Shadow.
What are you doing in my car with my family? How did you get in here?
Where's Maria? Where's...
Oh, he's just a hitchhiker I picked up off the side of the road.
Shadow is pretty much kind of the dirty hobo of the Sonic franchise.
No, that's Big the Cat.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Can you hear my dog in the background?
That's what that was. I thought... like you burped or something.
I was just really committed to that character.
Like, I thought... I don't know what I thought. I'm scared, man. Oh yeah, Maria. Every time we see Shadow, he's on about that Maria. Maria.
I mean, to be fair, he doesn't mention her that much in his own dedicated game, even.
Yeah, it's kind of sad about that. She was like, I actually liked her as a moral center for this.
If you actually look up Maria's story and like Gerald Robotnik and everything, it's actually kind of tragic.
It's
like,
actually really awful.
Yeah, she was diagnosed with a disease that would eventually lead... It shuts down her body, essentially. Like, just destroys her nerves and renders her a vegetable. And it was incurable. It's actually implied that Gerald Robotnik joined the program that he did, like, the Ultimate Lifeform Project, because he was trying to use the research there to create a perfect being that was immune to disease, and immune to disease, didn't die, didn't sleep, didn't need to eat. And it's also implied that the reason they didn't use the BioLizard model, the original prototype, is because its DNA was too different from a human's. He couldn't apply the research to Maria.
Yeah, Gerald Robotnik was actually a cool guy. And the sad part is, Ivo Robotnik, or Ivo Kintabor, before he became Ivo Robotnik, he became a scientist because his grandfather was such a respected scientist. He wanted to do great things.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, the Robotnik line kind of has a really, kind of a tragic background to it.
Yeah, and that's, what happened next, essentially, was... Get used to hearing that phrase, by the way, get a load of this. What happened next was the because of how long it was taking to get any progress on the Ultimate Lifeform project, the military was already getting a little impatient. And then Shadow was created, and he's like, no, I need more time. I mean, sure, we have results, and I can just send him down, but I need him to be here a little longer. And so finally they decided, okay, enough is enough, we're gonna get our investment back one way or another. Let's just erase the fact that this ever happened, get rid of everybody on the space station, except, you know, Shadow kind of escaped and put a wreck in those plans. The military found his capsule, locked him away. Maria died trying to protect him. Ivo just became bitter and angry because they took his daughter from him, they took his research from him. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna fuck all of you over. In my last moments, I'm gonna summon this giant lizard to destroy your entire planet.
Don't think I won't do it? Well, check this out.
I think this episode's actually gone on long enough, so with this little teaser for the next stage, next time on Team Pizza Plays Sonic Adventure DX.
We get even further in the Sonic lore and show you just how deep the hedgehog hole goes.
Please do not ever use that phrase again when referring to Sonic. I really don't want to know about anything that's in the Sonic... Anyways, see you again next time, everybody.
This is what you get for making me play Sonic Dream Collection.